Hello everyone, Twana Michelle here, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Coach and Mental Health Therapist. And today I am going to be answering a question from one of the viewers who left a question in the comment section. I thought it was a great question. I get this question a lot. I've kind of experienced something similar myself, so I wanted to speak to it. So I'll read it to you. The question is, can you do a video to give insight on a victim of narcissistic abuse in a romantic relationship finally getting free, supposedly doing the healing work for 6 years, and then showing the same signs of being a narcissist themselves? I think that is an excellent question for two reasons. One of the questions that I commonly get is, am I really the narcissist? And I will speak to that. And then the second question that I get a lot is, well, can I turn into the narcissist, or can I start to learn and pick up and exhibit some of their behaviors? So let me get to the question specifically, and then I will speak to other things related to that topic. Now, for one, if you have been with a narcissist, you finally got free of that person, and you've been doing healing work on yourself for 6 years, then that's a good sign that you've made a lot of progress on yourself. That doesn't mean that there's not more work to do. So healing from a narcissistic abuse is a long-term kind of process. And even if you've been doing it for 6 years, it just still may come back. It may hit you. So there may be times when you get triggered by memories of being with that person, or reminders of things that they did to you, or anniversaries come up. Let's say there's an anniversary of an event that was harmful to you that comes up, or a birthday or holiday or some day that just really reminds you of being with that person. You may find yourself having like a minor setback where you start to have some of the same types of feelings and experiences that you had when you were with the narcissist. So it doesn't mean that you're not healed. By the way, I'm glad that you finally got free. And I'm glad that you did so much work on yourself. And it does not mean that you're not healed. And then the second part of that question was, and I don't know if the question was, am I healed? But I just want to speak to that. And I would like to know, like, more specifically, what some of the things that you're doing that makes you think that possibly you're becoming the narcissist yourself. I would say that's unlikely. What may be happening, again, I'm not sure of the specifics of your situation, but I can tell you guys in general what tends to happen. When memories and feelings of what we experience with a narcissist starts to come back, sometimes it comes back in anger. So a lot of what happens in the healing process with after recovering from a narcissist is that we go through a grief period. And one of the stages of grief is anger. So sometimes that anger comes back with a vengeance. Sometimes you may feel it very intensely. Sometimes you may feel enraged. And if you are with a new romantic partner and you are not careful about identifying those feelings, having an outlet for that anger, processing it, coping with it in a healthy way, you may find yourself doing things that could be considered narcissistic. You may find that you are lashing out at someone, or just reacting or responding to them in a way that could be harmful to them. You may find that you are wanting to withdraw into yourself as a result of anger, or just maybe when some of those sad or depressive feelings might tend to come back. You might find that you just want to withdraw into yourself. You may not really want to be around that person, and you might not be in the best mind state where you can articulate that in a healthy way. So you may be intentionally doing things to kind of sabotage the relationship with that person, or you may be doing things that appear to be ignoring that person or ghosting that person, or you just may be responding to people in a way that you think is not kind. Now, that does not necessarily mean you're being narcissistic. Someone who is a narcissist has always been a narcissist, at least by the time their personality has been developed. Narcissistic personality disorder is a personality disorder. So it's essentially kind of who you are. It's ingrained in you. It's not something that you learn and then you just do. Now, if you learn to be narcissistic from a narcissistic parent, then we'll start to see that in late adolescence, early adulthood. Or if you have become a narcissist as a result of your own harmful experiences in your childhood or in your life in general, then we'll start to see that early on. But we don't just pick up on narcissistic behaviors from having been with the narcissist. We can start to see some of the things that they do, and when we're with them, we may sometimes even find ourselves, doing things back. We may find ourselves doing things back to them, even when we know it's not right. So there is that. It does happen when you're with the narcissist. If it's happening, if you're free from the narcissist and you're with another person and you find yourself being not so kind, maybe cruel, maybe angry, maybe lashing out, maybe doing things that appear to be ghosting. Again, I don't think that is narcissistic behavior. I think that is reactivity based on some residual and unresolved feelings that are coming back. They're coming back up, and maybe we're not dealing with them in a healthy way, and we're dealing with them in a way that could appear to be narcissistic. Now, let's talk about this question of, am I the narcissist? The fact that you even asked that question, if anyone who's watching this video has asked that question, then I can assure you, you are most likely not a narcissist. Remember that narcissists, even your covert narcissists that can pretend to be these, good guys and kind, caring, and loving, and empathic and humble and all that, that's a facade, that's manipulation, that's not who they really are. So these people don't really think anything is wrong with them. They have that sense of grandiosity and superiority. So they're not going to be pondering, am I a narcissist? Because narcissism is associated with a personality disorder. It is a personality disorder, which in a sense means that something could be wrong with me. If I have this disorder, if I have this problem with who I am and this problem with my personality. So narcissists tend to think they're perfect. They don't think anything's wrong with them. They don't accept or take on accountability and responsibility for any of their behavior. So they're always blaming others. So remember, the narcissist is not going to question, am I a narcissist? The narcissist is going to say, what did that person do to me to make me respond that way? It's not my fault. It's their fault. They shouldn't have did what they did. So narcissists externalize rather than internalize. So if I'm questioning, am I a narcissist? I'm reflecting on my behavior. I'm going inward. I'm in the process of taking internal accountability for my own actions and behaviors. And narcissists just simply don't do that. One of the main questions you want to ask yourself is why? I always say, what's the why? That basically means, what's the reason that I'm doing what I do? What is driving that behavior? What is the motive? What is the maybe subconscious force behind it? Which really requires some kind of deep introspection. But for the narcissist and for someone who is recovering from the harm from the narcissist, the why is going to be different. A narcissist is unkind, cruel, because it makes them feel powerful and they need to keep you in a position of inferiority. They need to have control over you. Now, if the victim of a narcissist starts to take on some of those traits, it's not okay, right? There's a saying or a quote that says, hurt people hurt people. It's not okay to do that. It doesn't make you a narcissist, but it means that we need to kind of take a look at our own behavior and figure out what we need to do to get better so that we're not exhibiting behaviors that are unhealthy. Typically, we don't want to hurt other people. Now, sometimes if we still have some healing to do, which it's a sign that there is some healing work to do, there's no time limit on it, then we may find ourselves having emotional reactions, having emotional outbursts, being impulsive, doing things without thinking. But is it because we want to intentionally harm people? No, it's not. Is it because we want power and control? No, it's not. Is it because we want to manipulate situations? No. It's because we, in that moment, have lost the awareness of what we may be feeling, and we are not dealing with it and coping with it effectively. And as a result, yes, people can be harmed. Does not mean you are a narcissist. But I really did think that was an excellent question. I've gotten that question a lot. Thank you so much for posing that question in the comment section down below. And I think it's really important for us to remember that when we start behaving in ways that appear to be narcissistic, then we have some more work to do. A lot of that involves grief. A lot of that involves just dealing with those minor setbacks as they come back. But keep doing the work. And eventually you may get to a place where that happens less and less often. Doesn't mean that you're never going to experience or re-experience those feelings. I don't know. You know, it's kind of hard to say. I have been in recovery from the narcissist, one of the narcissists. Let's just say the catastrophic event and relationship that really led me down a path of recovery. It's been 7 years actually. I am healed. I am mostly healed. There are times when I am triggered. There are times when I am aware that, okay, this is something related to my past experience and it's coming up again. Sometimes I'm married now in a healthy relationship. I am going to talk about that, but on another video. But sometimes, my husband will point out to me that I'm being snappy, I'm irritable, I have withdrawn, I've become distant. And at that time, I do have to kind of look at what is going on with me internally, what am I feeling, what's come up for me. And so I would just encourage you to do the same. But I thought it was a great question. So thanks so much for asking that. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section on this question. Do you think that you can pick up on the narcissist behaviors or become a narcissist yourself after years of doing healing work or just in general? And let me know if you have done healing work on yourself. If you find that sometimes the experiences and feelings come back and you have to keep working at it. But thank you so much for that question, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it out with people that you think may benefit from this topic. If you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting on? We'd love to have you be a part of this community, and leave a comment about a question that you may have or a video topic you'd like to see, because I will be doing videos to answer those questions on a weekly basis. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, take care. Bye.